Good evening. Hello, everyone. Anyone, it's kind of late. I apologize for that. I was hoping to get on earlier, and that did not work out. But Mr. Snotty made me an amazing dinner, and so that was really awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that. So I am a little later than I had planned on being. But I did want to go over the updates with Brian Kohberger and with Lori Vallow. Um, hey, Happy. I hope I hope your phone is charged. Actually, I hope you got a new charger. But yeah, there's been a lot going on, with Brian Kohberger lately. Hey, Kentucky woman, good to see you. I hope that worked. Because I know a lot of people tell me that I need to do something about the notifications, and I have no idea what to do. I don't. Same thing happens to me. I tell everyone I get notifications about things I never watch, and things I ask to get, I don't. Hello, Freeside. I'm here for it. I finally have. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad, Happy. Good. Hey, Debbie. There's something, I'm going to say it's good stuff because finally the gag order has been lifted as far as it appears, but everything is being unsealed with Brian Kohberger. And which, again, that's something that they wanted a venue change, and it might have been bad for them because this judge is saying he's done sealing things, because they continue to have hearings where the defense is asking to seal more things, and the judge is like, no, we're actually going to unseal things now. So we're learning a whole lot more about what went on. Oh my goodness, Happy. Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, I would go crazy. Wow. So yeah, that's really good. I'm very happy that the judge has done that because it's been ridiculous. Really. I mean, they don't have to tell us anything. I get that, but to just keep sealing things, that was so much like Delphi. Look at everything was sealed forever. It was really crazy. But so there's been quite a bit, and I've been looking at a lot of stuff. Um, Megan Kelly had a really good. She went over all of it very well. But I found one on News Nation that really wraps it up pretty good. Um, and then yeah, there's Lori's had another. She had another hearing the other day, and then now she's asking for a dismissal. That just came out. I just heard that on our local little blip on our local news. Which, she really doesn't want that. She's enjoying this show that she's having here. She really is enjoying it, I believe. So, but probably oh, she definitely has. Well, these people are evil. They really are. And it's so wild to, for me, I'm sure most of you have seen it. We're going to look at it though. That selfie that Brian Kohberger took of himself, that is so disturbing, beyond disturbing. Like, oh. I talk a lot about statistically, we all have to know a pedophile. We just have to. And that's very, very odd feeling. But, what if you know somebody like that? That's so freaking, so hard to get your head around somebody like this. I mean, well, I can't. Yeah, he did. Oh, mm, it gives me the creeps. I know. Me too. I know. But isn't it wild how many people do know these people and they don't think this about them? Of course you don't. It just has me get all. I really just take people for who they appear to be. And I don't know. Just scary. It's very scary. Some of this craziness. But this is a good one. I've been watching a lot of this stuff, and it's really wild to see when with all this coming out, really what Dylan and Bethany were going through. You know, I was never one to go after Dylan. It did seem weird, but yet we didn't know what happened. And sure enough, but we'll talk about this as we watch it. It's so bad. It's almost hard to believe when this happened, like, how much time has gone by when we were talking about this every day, and it was just so, you think back to the blood coming out of the side of the house, dripping. Oh my gosh, just so terrible. Really? What was that, Happy? I don't have the capacity to put anybody on panel here. Not I don't have StreamYards anymore. Oh, I already got chills. Right, Kentucky one exactly. Exactly right. Yeah, I definitely want to hear about that, Happy. I just right. Well, and yet just the stupid shit she says is so annoying. She was hanging with her guy friend. and he went to work, and his female roommate tried to get her into a bubble. Oh, wow. Got naked on her and everything. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, that's uncomfortable as hell. Oh, my. What? That's uncomfortable. Wow. I don't know. Maybe what some people find to be not uncomfortable. There are things that make it's very easy to make me uncomfortable. Doesn't take much at all. That would really freak me out. I always say if I don't ask to see it, then don't show it to me because it's going to be a big problem. It's going to be a really big problem. Oh my. Hey, Frazzle. Hey, good to see you. My. Mm. Well, I'm sorry she had to go through that. Yikes. I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say, see, that's how I feel. That's the way I feel about things like that. There are things that have just stuck with my head, and they're not even like a big deal because I've never had anything that a person would, you know, classify as traumatizing necessarily, really. I mean, I've been very fortunate, but there are things that just when I feel weird, I don't know if I feel weird for her. No, to me, it has to be pretty clear that I want something like that to happen. Otherwise, don't. Yeah, if I just get a weird feeling, like I said, I don't always run out acting like I'm going to make any accusations. But if I feel weird, I get the fuck out. Hey, Wendy. Good to see you. It's been a little while. Did your mom have a happy birthday celebration? Oh, okay. She wasn't feeling up to it. Oh, I know. Yeah, I knew she wasn't feeling good that day. I'm so sorry. What do you mean? You all have COVID? Floor, I'm so glad to see you. I meant to ask about your sister. You were here last. Monday, and after the live, I was like, I totally forgot to ask Flora about her sister and how that's going. I know she's gone, at this point, she's gone into the military, correct? Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Wow, Wendy, I'm so sorry. Wow. Oh my goodness. Just insult to injury. My goodness. I am very sorry to hear that. Oh my God. Oh wow, Fleur. Oh, I'm glad she loves it. Please thank her for all of us, for her service. It's amazing. I bet you do miss her, but you know what? She's going to have a really great experience, I bet. My goodness, Wendy, you guys need to be careful. You're very, sheesh, that's a lot. Prayers for all of you. Exactly right, Wendy. We do appreciate it. I was only a dependent, but I got to tell, I loved the, I mean, there were a lot of things. Of course, we had a lot of nonsense go on when I was there, but the community part of it, I really loved. Wow. Yeah, I was thinking, wasn't sure when that was happening, but I think your sister left. Not, I want to say the Sunday before last, but I could be wrong on that. Obviously, I could be wrong. Right, right. Yeah. Okay, let's watch this. Let's see. Yeah, a lot has come out. It has, and very, very interesting, to say the least.
In the upcoming quadruple murder case of Brian Kohberger. The technical reason for the pages tonight, the state is answering to Kohberger's request to throw out his Amazon activity. And there is damn good reason that his Amazon activity is problematic for him. Like nail in coffin good reason. The court documents reveal that he indeed bought a K-bar knife with the sheath identical to the one found at the murder scene, with his DNA on it. State also says Kohberger purchased a sharpener for his brand new knife. But the defense claims his Amazon history proves nothing and may have been influenced by algorithms outside of his control. Here's the state's response to that, and I will quote. Defendant appears to argue that the evidence of defendant's Amazon.com click history is not relevant. That is not the case. A K-bar knife sheath with a USMC logo was found next to one of the victims at 1122 King Road. The defendant's DNA was found on the K-bar knife sheath found on scene. Applying the test for relevancy first, Kohberger's click activity, which shows a purchase of a K-bar knife and sheath, before the homicides makes it more than probable than it would be without the evidence that the K-bar sheath found at the crime scene was Brian Kohberger's. End quote. You could say mic drop. You could say smoking gun. Probably say smoking knife in this case. But there's another bombshell out in another.
Right. And also, let's also think about this. Hey, Freakin', good to see you. I know for sure that if I am just talking to Mr. Snotty about something, next thing you know, my phone is trying to sell me shit. But it has actually never tried to sell me a knife. Yeah. He had some kind of I don't know what you call it, some kind of a suit on, is my thinking. You got to figure he planned this for a while. And the thing is, I don't know. I don't know how you do it either, but it happened, right? It did happen. Like I said, the blood was running down the outside of the house. You guys remember that? It was so disturbing. Yeah, I'm anxious for this trial. It's going to be hard to watch, though, I think. Yeah, I don't think they could get their head around what really happened. And, when you think about it, they were, the cops had been there because they're partying and stuff and noisy. I don't think they had any real, well, we'll hear this, but it explains it more to me now than it did before, of course.
Document as well. A very disturbing photograph of Brian Kohberger himself. It is a selfie taken at about 10:30 a.m. on the morning of November 13th. And yes, that is just a couple of hours after the bloody murders that he is accused of.
I don't think they saw it. Because if you listen to the 911 call, we listened to that, but you can hear the guy that they called to come over say, "Don't go in there." Because you can tell by their text messages, they knew something was up. But I don't think they could get their head around what really, I know I couldn't. I don't know. That right there is so creepy. That picture just is, he looks like, God, I don't know.
Committing. You can look for yourself up close. He appears to be freshly showered. The shower is actually visible right behind him. And you tell me, I think he looks very pleased and proud about something. Thumbs up. 10:30 in the morning. Kids were killed at 4 in the morning. There was so much information in the documents that were just made public that it is hard to sort through them all right before showtime. But we also discovered something else. A very complete timeline of communications between the surviving roommates during the murders. It happened all night long and all throughout the following morning, right up until the 911 phone call. I know you think that you've already seen some of these, but you've only seen a few. This is a very long list of communications, and I'll start with 2:10 a.m. on November the 13th. And it was 2022. Remember that. It's coming up on 3 years ago this fall. So the text is from Dylan Mortensen to an Uber driver to see whether he was still driving, and the driver said he was. 2:10, Dylan Mortensen texts to EG, the Uber driver, asking that question, and the Uber driver, EG, texts to Dylan confirming. 2:53 a.m., Maddie Mogan calls roommate Bethany Funk. Maddie is still alive at this time, but then an hour passes. At 3:51 a.m., Dylan is still awake, and she's creating a new phone contact in her phone. At 4:19 a.m., Bethany calls Dylan before Dylan starts to call everyone in the house, and those calls go unanswered. 4:19 a.m., Bethany calls Dylan. 4:20, Dylan calls Xana. 4:20, Dylan calls Kaylee. 4:20, Dylan calls Bethany for 41 seconds. 4:21, Bethany calls Xana. 4:21, Dylan calls Maddie. 4:22, Bethany calls EC. We think at this point is Ethan Chapin. And then we come to the text that we've seen before in a prosecution document. 4:22, Dylan to Bethany. No one is answering. Dylan to Bethany. I'm really confused right now. Dylan to Kaylee. Kaylee. Dylan to Kaylee. What's going on? 4:23, Bethany has an outgoing message on Snapchat. Can't read it. It's disappeared. 4:23, Bethany to Dylan. Yeah, dude. WTF. That's what the F. 4:23, Bethany to Dylan. Xana was wearing all black? We don't know if that's in the form of a question because of the phone call they've already had, or whether she's making the statement. Xana was wearing all black, but it appears it might be a question. 4:23, Dylan to Bethany. I'm freaking out right now. Dylan to Bethany. No, it's like ski mask almost. Bethany to Dylan. STFU. Shut the F up. 4:23, Bethany to Dylan. Actually, 4:23, Dylan to Bethany. Like he had something over his forehead and mouth. 4:24, Dylan to Bethany. Bethany, I'm not kidding. I'm so freaked out. 4:24, Bethany to Dylan. So am I. 4:24, Dylan to Bethany. Phone is going to die. F. 4:24, Bethany to Dylan. Come to my room. Bethany to Dylan. Run. Bethany to Dylan. Down here. 4:24, Dylan calls what we think is Ethan Chapin. 4:24, Dylan to Bethany. No message there. 4:25, Bethany to Dylan. No message there included in this doc. 4:27, Dylan, outgoing call. And sometime around now, it appears that Dylan goes downstairs and spends the night with Bethany in her room. 4:27, Dylan calls Kaylee. 4:27, Dylan has an outgoing Snapchat message. And then 4:27 again, outgoing Snapchat message, but we can't read them because they disappeared. 4:27, that's when Dylan calls Kaylee. 4:28, Dylan calls Xana. 4:29, Bethany calls Maddie. 4:30, Bethany calls Maddie again. 4:30, Bethany calls Kaylee. 4:31, Bethany calls Kaylee again. 4:32, Dylan texts Kaylee, but the verb 8 is missing off this doc. 4:34, Bethany accessed Snapchat. 4:37, Bethany accessed Instagram. But less than 3 hours later, Bethany is the first one, it seems, to now be awake at 7:30 in the morning. So just stop there for a second and think about it.
See, my thing, even though sometimes, you might even say things, you think boogeyman, you think monster, all these things. You don't really believe that kind of thing, right? Like, you talk yourself out of things. I don't know that they ever saw blood, because if she went down to Bethany's room, we know they called a friend. The friend is who went inside and saw what he saw. Right. You're right, Happy. Exactly right. You're like, I feel like this happened, but it couldn't have. Like, I mean, I don't know. This is more so than what we kind of had gotten out of the arrest affidavit, was that they that she saw him, went back in her room and went to sleep. And now we see that she was like, what the hell? A lot of that. Yeah, exactly right. Very surreal. Very. Gosh. Ugh.
4:37 is sort of the last time these girls seem to be at least awake and active. And by now we know that those 4 roommates had been knifed to death in their beds between 4 and 4:30 a.m. A lot of confusion. Let's go to the morning calls and texts and social media activity now. 7:30 in the morning, Bethany calls her dad. 8 in the morning, Bethany calls her dad again. 8 in the morning, Bethany calls another number. Then 8:01, Bethany calls home. 8:02, Bethany calls her mom. 8:09, dad calls Bethany back. Meanwhile, by 8:05, Dylan is now back on social media and texting Maddie again in the morning. Again, now Maddie has been dead for about 4 hours. 8:05 to 10 a.m. That's almost 2 full hours.
Like they were trying to see if they had on social media, but then you're telling yourself they're asleep. That's I don't know.
Dylan is on Instagram. Think about that. 8 a.m. and 10 a.m., Dylan is on Instagram. She's likely down in Bethany's room still. At 8:41, Bethany's taking pictures. At 9:04, mom is texting Bethany. We don't know the verbate. At 10 a.m., Dylan is messaging, incoming and outgoing on Snapchat. 10:01 to 10:03, Dylan's now on Instagram again. And then she's on Indeed. And then she's messaging again on Snapchat, in and out between 10:04 and 10:23.
Hey, Top
Then
Hats.
10:23, Dylan texts Maddie again. Think about this, guys. These girls are downstairs in Bethany's room. They're on Snapchat, they're on Instagram, they're checking their soch, they're texting back and forth, calling their parents, and then again trying to reach the roommates upstairs. They still don't seem to know what happened 6 hours before, just one floor up. 10:24 to 10:25, Dylan is again on Instagram. 10:30 to 10:45, Dylan's messaging, incoming and outgoing on Snapchat. About 35 minutes after that, at 11:21, someone identified as JM texts Bethany. Again, verbatim's missing here. We don't know what they said. 10:56, all the way till 11:29, so over a half hour, Dylan's on Instagram and messaging on Snapchat. At 11:29, Dylan again, texting upstairs to her roommate, Kaylee, but we don't know what the verbate is on that text. 11:29 to 11:32, Dylan's on Instagram again and messaging on Snapchat. 11:35, Dylan's on Yik Yak. 11:36, she's on TikTok. 11:37, she's messaging on Snapchat. 11:39 to 40, Dylan and her dad texting back and forth. Don't know the verbate there. 11:49, Bethany calls JM. 11:50, JM texts Dylan. 11:44 to 11:50, for 6 minutes, Dylan is on Instagram. At 11:50, Dylan calls who we think is Emily Aland. That's Hunter Johnson's girlfriend. And we think by now it was Hunter Johnson who found the bodies later after they called 911. 11:51, JM texts Dylan again. 11:51 to 11:55, Bethany and JM text back and forth multiple.
Hey, welcome, guys. Good for you, Legs. I'm glad to hear it. Isn't this wild? Top Hats, have you seen all this stuff already? Have you seen the picture? That selfie is so gross. Oh my God. It just gives me the, ugh.
multiple times. Again, we don't know what the verbate is on their texts. 11:54 to 11:57. Dylan is again on Instagram. 11:56, Bethany now calls 911. It is an astounding timeline. They seem to be completely confused about anybody upstairs being anything other than just unreachable. And then bam, the 911 call. It is a lot to unpack, I know. Joining me now, News Nation senior national correspondent Brian Enton, who's been covering this case since the very beginning. Brian, I know that literally up until this moment, you have been going through these court docs, and I think you're still going through them. So there may be more shoes to drop, but let's start with what we know. And let's just start with that K-bar knife, because, I felt like the biggest moment in this case was that they found the knife sheath. And then the second biggest moment was that they figured out DNA on the snap, that little spot here on the knife sheath, the thing that snaps it shut. That's where that little tiny speck of DNA was, and that it matched Bryan Kohberger. But now we have him in court documents from Amazon buying a K-bar knife, a sheath, and a sharpener.
Yeah, more than 100.
Yeah, Top Hats, that would be awesome. So creepy, isn't it? It's going to be so weird to watch this trial. Do we know yet if it's going to be, if they're going to stream it? That part I don't know.
100 pages of court documents came out just within the last couple of hours, and this was buried in the documents. And you mentioned it. I mean, this is a massive deal. This is a huge, huge piece of evidence, something very, very helpful to the prosecution. They are saying that between March 20th and March 30th of 2022, so that would be about 8 months before the murders happened, that Bryan Kohberger, through his Amazon account, bought the K-bar knife, bought the sheath, and also bought a sharpener.
So what I thought was also interesting, and I may be, superimposing my thoughts over their documents here, but it felt to me that the prosecution was making its case by saying we did not cherry pick. We didn't cherry pick anything. What we did was we found a purchase of what was a murder weapon, similar to a murder weapon and a sheath. And also, we looked at other activity, and never did he seem to be a hunter. Never did he seem to be a fisherman buying this stuff all the time. It seemed to be just this one time that he bought this kind of weapon.
Yeah, they looked at all of the activity, all of the Amazon activity for several different time periods leading up to the murders. And what's interesting is the way we found this out is there's filings going back and forth between the defense and the prosecution, because the defense is trying to get a lot of this Amazon information and Amazon activity thrown out. Obviously, I mean, now we know why. It's damning to Bryan Kohberger. So they've been saying, hey, the state is cherry picking, some of this stuff shouldn't be included. And in those filings back and forth, that's where this massive tidbit was, right, buried in the documents, that Bryan Kohberger had bought the knife sheath on Amazon.
Sure.
Well, I do think this too, Happy. The thing is, they probably, they had all been out drinking and stuff. And I could be wrong, but I believe Bethany and Dylan were not old enough to drink. I think they were 20. And you're right. I think they weren't necessarily wanting to be the ones to call the cops, because there was, everybody was doing, it was, they were all in college partying and stuff. And I do think, so I think they probably, unless they really thought, I just think that they really couldn't get their head around that it was really as bad as it was. I'm sure they didn't think it was as bad as it was. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard, Top Hats. Wow. Me too, Flora. It does. It breaks my heart.
Sure, we'll be interested to find out what his answers are to where is that knife that you proudly bought. It wasn't in any of, well, we don't know, but I didn't see it on a manifest of any of the search warrants at his apartment or in Pennsylvania. I didn't see a K-bar knife, a knife sharpener, or a knife sheath in anything that they were able to seize from all the places that of his. So it would be interesting if this had nothing to do with anything, then where's your precious K-bar knife that you spent all that money on, on Amazon back in March? And he, better have a pretty good answer for that.
Well, and we talked a lot about this at the time. I think he had some kind of a suit on, and he, on his way back home, that's when he turned his phone off. Which is so weird that he kept his phone on once he knew enough to turn it off at a certain point. But he turned his phone off when he drove home from there. And I think what he was wearing and the knife and all that are somewhere in between. Yep, that's what I think. That's what I think. Yep. Is it, you know what? Is it on that same link you sent me before? Was Kohberger on the, before Kohberger was on, oh my gosh. I haven't looked on there in a while. Yeah, it's crazy. For so long, there was nothing going on with this. Right, right. Okay. Yeah, I was going to say that was on there. I got all confused for a second. I don't. Oh God, there's got to be a ton. Oh my gosh.
Let me jump to that selfie.
Yeah, that's still in my favorites.
It just sent chills down my spine to see him showered up and giving the thumbs up and being super proud, looking freshly washed right in front of the shower.
Look, his skin looks as white as his shirt. I mean, doesn't he look very pale there compared to even other pictures? That's funny, Top Hats. He looks so pale to me there. I mean, he looks really happy with his disgusting self. And like, Jerry told me the other day, she's like, if I had any doubts, which she's like, I really haven't, this picture just seals it for me. And that's the way I feel too. Right. But he does. Like you said, Flory looks dead. He really does. And I think it comes out because he is dead inside. I mean, he's so evil. Hey, Try Me, good to see you. I know. So creepy. Oh gosh, I just don't even know how to. I'm sorry. I don't know how for people to get notifications. I don't know how to make that work right.
And this was exactly at, was it 10:39? That photograph that was taken?
10:31 a.m.
10:31.
November 13th. So the day of the murders. The murders happened sometime around 4 a.m. This is 10:31 a.m. I was looking at it really closely. It looks like maybe he's in the bathroom, like in front of a shower, if you look closely. And this again was just sort of buried in these new court documents. We haven't really seen photos of him like this before, but they recovered this photo from his phone. And the reason that the prosecution is so interested in this photo is because of roommate Dylan's account that he had, that whoever came into their home had bushy eyebrows. That was one of the main things that she said. So this is apparently the photo closest to that time period of when the murders happened. And the prosecution wants to use this photo at trial to show the jury so they can look at this picture for themselves and decide whether or not, he's got bushy eyebrows.
Wow, super clever, right? Prosecutors can say, this is 10:30 in the morning, and look at the bushy eyebrows that, couldn't have possibly been plucked 6 hours before if this is the guy that Dylan saw. But, there's the double entendre here, and that is he is freshly showered and proud. Why? 6 hours after the murders and an hour and a half prior to the 911 call even being placed. This is the photo he is taking of himself in front of the shower. Let me go on to the other amazing document, and that is the map. The map of all the times and places where the white Elantra was spotted on all the ring cams and surveillance cams. Let's put that up on the screen because, Brian, this is perhaps one of the most telling things. This is all around the times of the murders. So sort of do a summary of what we're looking at on this.
Oh my gosh. Good night, Kentucky woman. Yeah. I think it's all those things wrapped up in one very disgusting, vile. Yuck. Thank you for being here, Kentucky woman. Hope you have a good night's sleep and a good day tomorrow. Okay, I was just looking at that website right now at the documents. I can't tell. I see a lot of more sealing. What in the hell? I thought we stopped sealing shit. Oh my God, there's so much. Thank you, honey.
The screen.
Yeah, this was fascinating to me for someone who's just been diving deep into this case since the beginning. These are all the times that the suspect car, the white Elantra, was spotted on surveillance camera.
But this is what you're talking about? Top hats or no? Oh, I think it looks really. I don't know. He looks dead. Like Floor said, I honestly feel like he looks dead. Which date is it? The last one is on the 19th. The last ones I see, but
So that blue box on the left side, that would be near the crime scene, near 112 King Road. 3:30 a.m., 3:33 a.m., 3:38 a.m., 3:40 a.m., 3:56 a.m., 3:58 a.m., So those are all times that they're saying the surveillance camera saw the white Elantra just passing by the house. And then 4:04
Wait, one
a.m.,
more.
which is the
404.
time
Yeah, that's the big one, right?
Yeah, 4:04 is the time that prosecutors believe that Kohberger went into the house to commit the murders and then left at 4:20 a.m. So it apparently took about 16 minutes. So those are all just the times that he was near the house. But if you look at those other boxes, and I won't read them all, but they have also traced him around that same time frame to these other surveillance cameras in the area, sort of making the point that he must have been, according to the prosecution, just driving around and passing by until finally deciding to go in.
I mean, we've got, 2 addresses on Linda Lane that's right next to the murder scene. We've got Ridge Road, 2 times spotted on camera there. Paradise Drive, 2 times spotted on camera there. And then the South Main Street Sunset Mart, where that's the route out of town. That's really, really telling. Just all the times that he's spotted going back and forth and around the King Road home, if that's him in the Elantra. Okay, last real quick, the timeline of the girls talking to one another. It appears to me just more evidence to show they had absolutely no idea what happened in that house upstairs, but never thought for a moment that it was something that they needed to call 911 about until they did.
Yeah, it doesn't appear that way. I mean, there's still a lot of holes in this in terms of we've got the times. We don't know what the specific messages were. In some instances, we don't know a lot of calls there. We don't know what they were saying on the calls. That'll obviously come out during the trial. But from what I can tell, too, I mean, the indication is they had no idea what was going on until that 911 call came in at almost noon. I mean, even the fact that that she went on Indeed, Dylan was on Indeed. I think it was Dylan. That's like a job posting site. I mean, so you can't imagine she would be like looking for jobs, having known that something really, really awful happened to her roommates. And they didn't really sleep much either. I mean, I think there was like a 3-hour window there where they went dark essentially, but then she's up calling her dad. And just fascinating to see. I mean, you read them out. I mean, it's just so interesting. I'm so looking forward to the trial to find out what they have to say, because there's so many questions about what was going on there.
Unbelievable. Okay, Brian Enton, thank you for all of this. I know it's just all been breaking. Just break into the show and let me know if you see something else as you comb through these brand new documents that have just dropped. I appreciate that. Thank you. I want to bring in now Steve Gonzalez. Steve lost his daughter, Kaylee, that tragic morning. We've talked a lot, Steve, over the course of this last 2.5 years, and it's been hard on you more than anybody, just with the gag order and hearing things that make you think there was a chance that maybe Brian Kohberger could beat the rap. You saw what I saw. You saw what Brian Enton just laid out. There is a knife purchase. There is a sheath purchase, a sharpener, and that selfie and that map.
That's what I keep saying, Legs. We know for sure that statistically we know a pedophile. We have to know one. That creeps me the hell out all the time. But we probably know, I don't know, hopefully I don't know anybody like this. I don't want to know a damn pedophile.
Tell me your thoughts as you see all this new evidence come out.
So sad.
We've been sitting on this one a little while. I'm glad. I mean, finally. I've always felt like anything coming out of the court that any of the fact finders are going to have to see is the safest thing in the world to show. You know, what could mess this up is a jury hearing all these YouTube people that just make up stuff and call speculation. Speculation is just another word for lying, creative lying or storytelling. But these are facts. So I don't know why we're 2.5 years into this trial or into this process that we're finally letting out the facts. But man, it feels good. It feels good to see the true fact and all the work and everything that these guys have done. I just wish we didn't have to wait 2.5 years to see it.
The detail is remarkable, and the photograph of Brian Kohberger in front of a shower at 10:31 a.m., seemingly very proud. When was the first time you saw that?
Just a few hours ago. You know, that's an FU to Idaho. I just went into your state. I just killed your kids in their beds, and you're not going to catch me. I'm just going to shower up here, clean off the last bit of the evidence, probably take the shower curtain. Who knows where that's at? But yeah, that's a challenge to Idaho. So I hope everyone from Idaho is paying attention, and we need to bring everything at this guy.
Were you at all made aware that this massive document dump was about to happen tonight, and that we'd see the map, how many times the white Elantra was seen in front of your daughter's house, that we'd see that photograph, that we'd see the evidence, the purchase order for the K-bar knife sheath and the sharpener? Did you know this was coming?
I didn't know when it was coming, but I've seen some of this footage before. I would suspect even the officer's seen some of the stuff. So I know how powerful it is. I know how good it is. I had no clue who I was looking at. I had no clue.
Yeah, I didn't pull this up. The News Nation has this one up. I'm not sure which one. I'm looking through these docs, trying to figure out which one to pull up. Sorry.
What I was looking at, I just seen cars. I seen a white Elantra. I seen it come and go. I didn't know what I was looking at. I didn't even know what the time of the crime line was, but
Right.
It's just hard to sit on the truth for so many years and be told that you need to do everything to help the person who killed your daughter. You're supposed to help him. And it's like, yeah, it's very frustrating because I just want the truth out, and I want people to see what the truth is. Stop listening to these idiots that think, speculation is evidence. It's not. It's absolutely not. What's coming out of the courtroom right now is evidence. And the fact finders, they'll decide if it's one way or the other, but it's still facts.
I'll go one further. This is some of the strongest evidence I've seen yet since they found the sheath and since they found the DNA on the sheath matched Bryan Kohberger. I thought of you immediately, Steve. I thought, man, this is going to be good news for him, because all you want is a case that's strong. Am I wrong in what I imagined you'd feel like?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We were torn when this all happened, but I really wanted to embrace and love the community that I'm a part of. I wanted to say that we did everything right, we got the right guy. But then we just, this whole process, and I don't understand it, guys. I'm just a dad trying to rage through this to figure out how to get justice for his daughter. No, nothing holding me back. No rules, no nothing. I'm just trying to get the evidence and the truth for my daughter. So that's what I was doing. But now, 2.5 years later, I've learned there's an order of things and all this stuff, but it feels good to show and highlight all the hard work that the FBI did and Moscow Police Department. It feels good to see that, and it's just a little puzzling why we had to wait so long, But it feels like we're finally getting there, and some of these trolls can go find the bridge that they came from and return to it.
As I often wrap up our interviews by saying that I wish your family peace and resolution and justice to all of this. I think we might be getting a lot closer to that as we start to see this case build. And I'm just so thankful, as always, that you'll join me and talk about these things. Best to your family, Steve. Thank you for this.
Have a great afternoon.
Do not adjust your set. This is not a rerun. Though I know you're going to feel.
Okay, yeah, I did find it now. I had just gotten to 317. I hate to stay over there so long and not watch chat or see what's going on. Let me see. Yeah, there is a lot there. Let me see. Yeah, a lot more. Okay, you guys, I'm going to pull up that. Oh, yeah, that's 51 pages. I don't know. It's going to let me share it. Let me see. Hey, Shabby. We're going over the Kohberger and okay, so I can see all of it. Yeah, this is 51 pages. Holy shit. Okay, let me scan this. So I want to look at that bigger. Right. So the defendant claims the suspect vehicle was not identified from surveillance footage in the area. This is simply not true. Right. I was going to say, obviously that's not true. Right. Okay. That was what. Okay. Here's page 5. Videos capture footage in the middle of the night from approximately 3:35 a.m. to 4:07 a.m. and there is light vehicle traffic, especially in Moscow, Idaho. From the review of the surveillance videos, investigators were able to determine the suspect's vehicle's path of travel based on the witness's direction, based on the witnessed direction of travel associated with the timestamps. From the review of 1125 Ridge Road video, which admittedly provides the best view of the suspect's vehicle. So how do you know? Top hat, wait. Hey, Queen. How do you see where the how do you see everywhere? I know, nobody does. I don't understand. Where does it tell you where all of the... Okay. That's what I wondered. If maybe I was just missing it. Okay, Top Hat, sorry. Oh, I'm so glad you were here, Happy. Thank you. I thought maybe I was missing it somewhere, Top Hats. Let me scan through here. Oh, wow. Right, no, continuous. I mean, give me a break. Oh, well, get a good night's sleep. Sorry about your headache. I hope you feel better. Of course, it's illogical. See, they really don't have a defense. Everything that they argue, oh, do you think so? Really? Wow. So do you actually think they're just really trying to stop him from getting the death penalty? The defense? I mean, some of their stuff has been pretty ridiculous. Right. No, I believe he does. I believe he does. I absolutely believe that, and I don't blame him. It's firing squad there too. No, I don't blame him one bit. I just but you actually think that that he would take a deal? Well, good. Now I want a blizzard. Oh, I absolutely do believe he's guilty. I do. 100%. Look at that picture of him. That selfie is so disturbing. I seriously, it makes my skin crawl. I cannot deal with it. Like, oh my God. It is horrible. Hey, Tough. Yeah, I definitely believe he's guilty. There's no question in my mind about it. I know. I'm like, I had a very yummy dinner, but I could do a blizzard right now for sure. That would be awesome. No, I think no, there's more. There's a lot. There's 51 pages in this. And just this doc. God, there is so much. I have so much shit to go through. I have not had anywhere near the time. Yeah, Shabby's birthday was Friday, so everybody say happy birthday to Shabby. Mama's birthday's coming up too. Yeah, they have been throwing everything at this shit. Right. Yep. Oh, wow, Queen. Yes. Happy anniversary. That's what I'm saying, Top Hats. I totally think, even before, I mean, I actually didn't doubt it, but now with all this dump that's been coming out, yeah, you're right. Exactly right. And she's asked for some of the craziest shit. But this is what I said earlier. Be careful what you ask for, because they are the ones that insisted on a venue change, and I don't think that is going to help them in the end, just based on the judge so far, because they have been able to seal freaking everything. Just so gross. They do, Queen. They absolutely need justice. It's so horrible. It's just horrible. That's what I was saying when we first started tonight. I'm like, it's so crazy, when we think back to that blood dripping outside of the house. No, not at all. That's what I think too, Top Hats. I'm like, you know what? You guys insisted on this happening, so here you go. They were absolutely getting their way in Moscow. They were. Yep, that's what I think so too. They had to fuck around and find out. And here you go. Hey, True Talk. Good to see you. Yeah, I don't think it's benefited them at all, which I'm very happy about, though. And I had a feeling it wasn't going to go well, because with, we watched the Vallow and man tits and all that shit in Boise. I don't think it's going to be what they want. Like, even, you know, when you think about, hold on, let me see. God, there's so much here. So has there been a decision? Gosh, there's maybe I missed it. Top Hats, have they made a decision about death penalty? Hey, Jilly. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Have a good night and a good week and all that. Sorry, I've been looking over at these documents, so I haven't seen chat. I gotta go back up. Yeah, I agree, True Talk. I just haven't seen if they ruled on that. I mean, how could this not be a death penalty case? How could it not? Okay, Tough. We just went through all that. Sorry, you guys. I'm behind on chat. I'm looking at everything. I hope they don't make a deal. Tough. We went through everything, and it's a lot more than you realize. You know, all this stuff has been sealed for so long, but those girls were freaked the hell out for a long time. But I can understand that they didn't that they didn't really think that that's nobody can get their head around it. It's still hard today to get your head around what actually happened. Yeah. Well, autism and what's the other one? I just saw another. You know, this is a whole thing. You know, just like whenever in so many cases when they say, you know, if somebody was insane or not. Well, you know, to me, obviously you're insane if you do crazy shit like this. That doesn't mean you get out of it though. Sorry. Hold on. I got this crazy dog. These dogs are so high maintenance. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they were solid on their phones. They were constantly trying to call the roommates, text them, looking all over. Dylan ended up actually going to Bethany's room. The text messages are saying, okay. That's exactly what I think also, True Talk. That's exactly what I think. That's what I said. They weren't old enough to drink. And they weren't trying to call the police if they didn't really need to, right? They weren't. That's exactly what I think. Plus, again, you can't get even though you feel like something weird happened, something weird happened, you feel very weird about it. They didn't really think that. Who would? Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, that's an idea, Top Hats. I hadn't thought about that. I feel like the reason is because the change of venue. Right. Exactly. No, that's what I said. It's still hard to get your head around what actually happened. For me to get my head around it, and I wasn't even there. I had nothing to do with it. I mean, can you imagine in their heads, like, you can see in their calls, they didn't just go, oh, well, that was the impression we got. The impression we got was that Dylan opened the door, saw him, went back to her room and went to sleep. That's actually not at all what happened. Me either, True Talk, me either. It's always bothered me when so many people acted like Dylan did something wrong. I never felt that way. I always felt that she, number one, didn't know what that meant. And she, like, what do you mean have something to do with it? I mean, she definitely didn't have anything to do with it. I've 100% never, I felt horrible for her. No, it's I mean, I can't imagine going through something so traumatic. No, I have absolutely never, ever felt anything but absolute sympathy for their lives have changed in ways that you can't. And there's no way they sat down there going, everybody has just been massacred. No, I don't believe that. Well, you hear in the 911 call, you can hear the guy that they obviously had called over there say, don't go in there. And so what we saw happen is Dylan ended up going down to Bethany's room with her because they were scared and they were constantly trying to get a hold of all the roommates. So if they walked, that bottom floor is where Bethany's room was right out the front door. They didn't. You're up right, Top Hat. They did not. I know there have been some really horrible things said about these girls, and that's been really sad. Very sad. They didn't have anything to do with it, and they absolutely didn't know what happened. Yeah, I know. Remember, we did the 3D. We went through the 3D video. Me too. Me too. Yep, that house should have stayed up at least through the trial. I still can't believe they did that. That just doesn't even make any sense to me. Why the hell you would do it? It was a very odd designed house. But we know that if she ran downstairs, all that where Dylan's room was, if she ran downstairs from there, she would not have seen blood. As far as, I mean, we don't know exactly where the bodies were. Well, they were in Maddie's room and Xana's room. I mean, it's hard to imagine that there wasn't just literally blood everywhere, but we don't know. Yeah, no, you're right, Top Hats, you're right. Yeah, their reputation, that's exactly what they were. We could see that from the very beginning. Oh, right. Oh, right. Right. And where Dylan's room is, if she went down to Bethany's, because he left out of that middle floor. Yes, me too, Top Hats. It's horrible. That was clear from the get-go. It really was. I mean, you could never get a remember the press conferences when you could barely get anything out of the police. It was the president of the university that was always speaking. They managed that from the get-go. And that's why I think everything was sealed. Now, when you're saying that they're doing that to try to get a deal, I don't know. That is wild. I was going to look, though. There is so much here. Yep. That's what I think too. Yep. And I think what we're going to find, and maybe this has just been, me listening to so many different things, but it sounds like his own sister is going to come out. She actually wrote a book. Yeah. Oh my God, Top Hats. I almost said that. Oh, that's too funny. I absolutely almost said that. Yep, that's exactly who I mean. Yeah, it was like he was a police. He ran the whole damn thing. That's always irritated me. Yep. Yep. You're right though. I mean, he absolutely, there's so much evidence. Yeah, it does. And probably that can be said for a lot of towns in different situations, maybe not a university, but a church or whatever. Right? Whatever. Yeah, there's influences always. Yep. And I mean, I guess I don't know. If it's your job to make sure, to maintain the reputation, I guess that's something you got to do. But to me, this made them look worse. The way they treated this, I feel like it made, I think it didn't help their reputation at all. Made them look extremely callous. Yeah, he had it very well planned out, and that's why I think you don't see a trail of blood everywhere. But I don't know how much was there. There was a lot in the house, but no, he planned it very, very well. No, I'm right there with you. I want him to get the death penalty 100%. I mean, there's how many cases are more deserving? This is absolutely gross. No, I think that he was looking at their Instagram pictures, and he had been to that restaurant. He was just a lurker, a creepy guy. He lurked around. It's so weird because I've thought oftentimes that if Maddie or Kaylee were here now, I bet you they would tell you I saw that guy creeping around. Like, you know what I mean? Not anything that they told anybody, hey, there's this guy. But if something happened, I feel like they would have been like, oh my God, I see that guy. He's weird. Right. That's just, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah, you're right, Queen. That's a whole nother part of all of this kind of shit, right? What does death penalty mean? It means a whole lot of appeals and a whole lot of horse shit. I tell you guys, there's still a guy that a case my dad worked in 70s, still sitting on death row today in Arizona. That part does get frustrating for me. You wish they would just do it. Yeah, this is just horrible. Yeah, right. Right. Yeah, there absolutely are. And we don't know on a regular basis how many times we come in contact with some really complete fucking crazy ass. But you're right. He studied this. I mean, look how wild. He totally studied this shit. Big time. And then you see that selfie of him so happy with himself, but he actually looks so pale and so fucking creepy. Yeah, that has got me all wound up all the time. Bad hombre, stop. Really? That would be putting it mildly. Yeah, I think he did a lot of weird shit like that. Because what did he have to do? He didn't have a social life. He didn't have his his entertainment was to work all this out. And you guys, like, he was planning this shit before he moved there. He actually was looking for a school, I believe, based on what he wanted to do. So I think we're going to find out that his dad knew, because again, we've spoke about this, but look, his dad flew there, was there like 2 hours, and then jumped in the car to haul across the country. It doesn't make any sense. Right. Oh, he's a stargazer. He's a sick fuck is what he is. Yeah, that never made sense that his dad, I mean, this is the thing. If he was just going home for Thanksgiving, why wouldn't they have just flown him home for Thanksgiving, period? His dad flies out there to drive back with him. None of that makes any sense. I think the whole country knew what car they're looking for. I mean, that kind of car didn't mean a damn thing to me. But his family, first of all, would be like, oh, wow, that happened right near where our son lives. if they didn't immediately say, oh, fuck. But they all, then when they hear the car, yep. That's what I think too. I think this was so methodically planned out with him. I believe that when he was choosing a school, he had a lot of these things in mind. Maybe that's all he had in mind. But the word is that his sister has a book. It can't come out until after the trial, I guess, which I would think. But my understanding is that the parent or the sister went to the parents and were like, you freaking know this was him. Something like that. I mean, I'm this is just something I've heard, but you know, when you're that weird, people know. Yep, I think so. Everything was planned. Mm-hmm. They had to have had it. They had to have. Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. You cannot be that odd and people around you not be. And again, nobody really wants to say that. And even if you are like, wow, I feel like my son could be really, weird does not always mean that you kill people. Hey, Jerry. Yeah, we heard. Sorry about that. Wendy was in earlier. She told us. I'm so sorry. That is crazy. You got to get better. Wendy said she's on the downside, but you're not. Well, Wendy said you were pretty bad. You're real sick right now. Oh, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was. There was weird shit for sure. Again, I can't imagine anybody can get their head around thinking that their child might do something like that. I mean, you really can't just be like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that one's going to kill people. I mean, but he was a damn weirdo. Was he didn't act. Yes, Jerry, I'm so sorry. We told Wendy earlier to give you our best. I can't believe just insult to injury over there, right? You got to take care of yourselves. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I would agree with that. You know what I think? I think you're right. I think that was actually his intention. I really think that he thought he was going to get by with this and keep it up. Yeah. I think he had every intentions of being one. I know, Jerry. I'm sorry. Gosh. You got to get some rest. You got to get your rest. You got to get better. All of you do. That's right. What Top Hat said. That's wild, True Talk. I think we even said that a couple years ago that if he hadn't been caught, this would not be the end. And especially that look on his face, that selfie that he took. He was so happy with himself that I definitely think that would not have been the end. Yep. Yeah, he liked what he did. He had planned all that stuff out for so long, and he thought he got away with it. Yeah, right, Queen. His eyes are so fucking creepy. God. Mm, they are. It's hard to look at it like it's scary, babe. That's very true. Right, right. And there had been some kind of talk, but I don't really quite remember it. And I haven't heard of anything recently, but there was talk about certain things that went on, in his hometown. But I don't know if anything ever came of that. I do really feel that I kind of feel like this was his first one, but it was not intended to be his last for sure. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I remember hearing something. Yeah, right, Queen. I don't feel like anybody that knew him said that, but somebody came up with like something that had happened near his, like some unsolved crime or something. I don't remember it very well, but it wasn't a lot of talk about it. Okay, see, maybe that's what I was thinking of. I knew there was something, but I don't remember what it was. Yeah, there was talk about something specific. Okay. Right. Yeah, I can't remember about that particular case. Let me see. Okay. Let me see. I can't see chat, just so you know. I'm okay. Let me move this so I can still see chat. Thank you. You think? Only thing I can find right now. Officials in Pennsylvania have investigated a possible link between a cold case in the state and Brian Kohberger, the suspect arrested in the University of Idaho student killings in Moscow. Da-da-da. Let me scan this. Okay, yeah. This says District Attorney's Office and its detectives continue to assist local police departments in their cold case investigations. The office told Newsweek in a statement, although nothing with respect to Brian Kohberger has come about in any unsolved cases to this point, we continue to keep all options open when continuing our investigation. So I don't see anything. I do remember something at the time, but I can't. Oh, okay. I see what you're. Yeah. Wait. Right. Definitely wasn't going to be his last. That's 100%. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. True. Yeah. Gosh. Thank God he did. Yeah. He probably was going to try to teach about it based on. Can you imagine? Oh my God. You just get the fucking creepy crawlies. Oh. My God. Oh. Makes my stomach just gurgly. Wow. Okay. Now I'm hot. God, the weather here, I have been keep turning the air conditioner on, turning it back off, jacket on, off. Yeah, I think he thought he had done that. Can you imagine what went through his head when they started talking about that car? Because we did not know anything about the DNA at that time. But you've been put away. What do you mean you've been put? You act like you're locked up. My God, top hats. You're crazy. So this starts in August, right? I saw a really good Megyn Kelly did a good thing on this the other day too. Well, yeah, but I thought you were saying like right now, and I'm like, well, that's not happening now. You've got your shit together more than most people. Just saying. You know, it's the ones that nobody sees it in. I go, well, I don't know. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is. And I'm glad I don't. I mean, I think I don't see enough crazy in people that I should, maybe, but I'm also very skeptical of literally everybody. I believe I have a fair amount of skepticism in just everything. Yes, me too. I absolutely do. It's horrible. So, so sad. And that picture absolutely makes me so. I can't hardly handle that. Oh, there's so much shit here. Not top hats. I haven't looked at that website for a while. At first, we looked at constantly Kohberger, and then Daybell. I haven't even looked at Kohberger on there for a while because they were sealing everything. And then I forgot. Thanks for reminding me. I know. Me either. That picture creeps me out so bad. He's so happy. He's very proud of himself, it looks like. But he looks so pale and so, oh, God. Oh, he looks as white as that shirt. Yeah, I kind of stopped. For me, it's like there was really not a lot new coming out. It drives me crazy when people are like, oh, breaking news, when it's really not breaking news. I feel like people are like, that is so. Look at his face, looks as white as his shirt. Did I say jacket on? What? What? He is so gross. Ugh. That is just But he looks so pale there. Oh, just fucking creepy as shit. Ugh. What do you mean? I don't know what you're. I don't know what you're talking about, Chevy. Yeah. Right. Like the way they even said, he was so creepy with the girls on dates and shit, right? He was so. He is. Oh God. No, I think you're right. And then you hear people saying he's good looking, and you're like, what? No. Right. That is so true. Wow. Well, there were comparisons to him and Bundy, of course. Well, there always are. They'll always have to have these comparisons. But really, that's just it. Bundy did have a lot of charisma. He didn't come off as a fucking weirdo. Yep. And he got by with it for a while. They actually kind of did look, I mean, they didn't look alike. But if you were to describe them, it would be a lot of the same things. The hair. Do you? Yeah. I was just going to say, right. They have the same characteristics. If you were to give a description of each of them, it would come out a lot the same. Yep. I agree, Top Hats. I 100% agree. Yeah, creepy doesn't do it. You're right. That it just really kind of seals it for me. I mean, I've never doubted that it was him. And with all this new evidence, 100%. Oh, yeah, they do know. Right. Yeah, I have no doubt. I don't. And I would be fine if they made a deal as long as the deal meant death penalty. Yep. Right. That doesn't lie. Okay. Good. Did you enjoy your blizzard? Thanks so much, True Talk. Yes, it was great to talk to you also. Yeah, have a good night. I do want to go over the updates for Lori Vallow just quickly. She had a hearing the other day, and so something good that came out of that is it sounds like they're going to open up the bigger courtroom for the actual trial now. Wait, what? Ordered a knife matching the one. Oh my, sis, he actually does. What do you mean? Wait now. Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, we went over that before you guys got here. Yeah, we did. We went over all that before you guys were a little bit late. Sis, he actually does. Yeah. So Lori is still carrying on and on about some video that nobody knows what she's talking about. I don't know. But it does look like it's going to be in a bigger courtroom. That's a good thing. And I just want to show you this because I thought this was pretty. The 31st. Well, they're anticipating opening arguments on April 7th. Yeah, check this out. It's just a short. Yeah, of course, on the 7th. This is just a short video. I thought it was pretty entertaining, though, of her.
Lori Vallow Daybell is once again asking the courts to toss both of her Arizona cases. She's accused of conspiring to murder her previous husband, Charles Vallow, who was killed by her brother at their Chandler home back in 2019. She's also accused of conspiring to kill her niece's ex-husband in Gilbert. In her latest filing, Daybell accuses the state of illegally obtaining text messages between her and her appeals attorney in Idaho. She's also accused Maricopa County jail staff of illegally opening her mail without her present. Daybell is due to stand trial for her first case next month. Jury questionnaires will begin going out next week. And when the trial does get underway, Fox 10 investigator Justin Lum will be providing live analysis of the trial each day. You can find that on our Fox 10 YouTube channel. Convicted killer Lori Vallow Daybell is once again asked.
Yeah. Trying to get it thrown out, right? Yep, that's exactly what she's doing. She's a shame bitch. Yep. Did you see Top Hats? She actually has Nate Eaton on her witness list. Can you believe that? I mean, what the hell for? Right. Right. She doesn't want it thrown out. First of all, she has nothing to lose. She's already been given 5 life sentences. The fact is, she likes having this show. I know. That's what I think, too. Well, you know, we've pretty much not been confirmed, but we know that his boss at East Idaho News is the Secret Santa. And he did say that he said that Pryor actually had him, subpoenaed him. He was on Pryor's witness list, which I had never heard before. But he said his boss will spare no expense to make sure that doesn't happen. That's what he did before. He will do it again. Yeah, she don't know anything about me. I was in there, though, and saw her all shackled up. Saw her come in dancing. She's enjoying this. She's enjoying it. Yeah, she came in the room dancing and smiling and carrying on. She's gross. She is really disgusting. I'm going to go down there at least one day during the trial. I don't know. We don't have any details yet, but it's supposed to be. Yeah, right. Yeah. I feel bad for Colby having to watch her act like an idiot. Oh, Colby did say he did an interview with Nate Eaton, and I think he's going to have that on his. Let me look it up. He's going to put it on his show. On his channel. What day? I know. I know. You know, the 2000 celebration, I made a bunch of clips of funny stuff. And I was just thinking, I think I have like 11 of them maybe. I should put those up as shorts. Some of them are really funny. I still like to look at some of them just for. So for that, I learned how to make clips. And when I try to go and make clips now, something's changed and I can't seem to do it. And hopefully I'll figure that out though. So I think that I can't remember now if it's this Friday he's going to do that. That's going to be very interesting though. So we interviewed him on his podcast, he said. That'll be interesting. I want to see that. But yeah, she's going to be a Daryl Brooks making an ass of herself. That's exactly what she's going to do. 100%. And did you hear what the judge told her, though, whenever she was carrying on about, them rushing, having to start that second trial right away to not deny her of her right to a free, to a speedy trial. The judge said, well, it's not like you're going to be released or anything. Yeah, you're not. You stupid bitch. No, there is evil everywhere, and it's really sad. Did anybody happen to see, just thought I'd throw this out there real quick, not that I'm trying to talk too much about it, but T-Rev was live. God, what day was that? I know, maybe Saturday? Was it Saturday? Right. Oh, she really tries to act like she's an attorney, let me tell you. It's so ridiculous. I want to say it was Saturday. Wow, that guy is really, it made me nervous to see. Very erratic behavior. It was a lot. It was concerning, for sure. And that's really too bad, because I don't think good things are happening there. And he had his kid with him driving. It just felt like it was something you were going to see something happen. Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah, that NJ court dork. Yeah, I am not about him either. Not one bit. Yeah, somebody else was playing it. I'm not a fan of his at all. I think he's actually stupid. But that was just concerning. It made me feel very nervous. Like, yeah, I definitely can't stand him. Did you ever see Top Hats? Do you remember that guy that was wearing that sleeveless stuff? I can't remember his name now at all. I never have his name right, but that one guy, he's actually NJ Court's friend. I think he was with him in court one time. I know, me too. I know, Top Hat. He is weird. That guy is super weird. Well, his friend, God, I can't remember his damn name. Oh my God. I feel like it's Steve, but I think I'm pulling it out of my ass. Anyway, that guy, his channel, Top Hats, he just sets up turns the video on and goes to sleep. And he gets like 9,000 views. Can you believe that? Like, this weirdo is more entertaining asleep than I am fucking awake. How the hell is that? I know, we watched that. Yeah, he does a lobster dance thing. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that body wash thing was pretty weird. Yes. He gets a lot of views sleeping. Yeah. Weird. Oh, that guy. See, people like to watch some fucked up shit. They do. I think really the weirder you are, the more people like it. People definitely like drama, even though they say they don't. Almost everybody will say that. That's not true. They do like it. People like some weird shit. That guy is super weird to me. He started out putting it on, well, to sleep so he could get his hours. But people were watching it. I know. I know. Like, what the fuck? What the hell? That guy is so weird. He creeps me out. That sleeveless shirt and all that weird shit he was saying. I used to go check every once in a while just for shits. And sure enough, he has like a lot of views on his, and so he kept doing it. A lot of his videos are just sleeping. Oh God, Tony. You're crazy. I think that guy's name, I want to say Steve, but that's not it. And it starts with the S. I used to go look him up every once in a while because I'm like, this is so weird. But he's doing well, last I checked. So strange. You're too funny, Tony. You are too funny. But yeah, I'm kind of yeah. No, really easy. And who would think that it would be so popular? Weird. I have. Oh shit. Right. I guess so. Oh my God. Tony, I have. And I you can't make this shit up, I swear to God. That video, She's really weird. Oh my God, Top Hats is so funny. I can't take it. This girl. Whew. That video with her and her husband, that fucking is hysterical. Top Hat, oh my God. I cannot. The way he calls out Justin, I cannot. I could piss myself. I cannot. I think there's a short of that video. You got to see. She's so weird. Actually, I saw her on X. Let me show you just this one thing, Tom, that you will. You know, I never just tell Mr. Snotty about this shit, but I gotta tell you. That was so fucking funny. The way he whispers it, like you can't hear him if he's whispering. Oh, God. She's always putting on some kind of weird ass show. Like, I don't really get her. I think she's weird as shit. But SF Investigates put this thing up the other day. Oh my God. Oh God. So freaking funny. When he said that, I could not. Oh shit balls. Yeah, he put this video up of her the other day. Watch this video. You guys are gonna die. She's so strange. She's just strange. I don't even get what the fuck she's talking about most of the time. So what SF Investigate says is ask her how this was helpful since this was done entirely in Sebastian's name. How the fuck was this helpful? Answer that, Julie. And her husband, Al, who encourages her to continue this bullshit. Yes, her husband did. You know what? It sounds to me like Al does not care for this stuff. He just wants her to be happy. I don't know. She puts on some shows, though, you guys. I'm not. Oh, shit. But she's something else. This is just a video that SF Investigate shared. What does she mean? This microphone is funny too. Shit.
Hi, everybody. Hey, Crystal. You came just in time to vote. You have to be in the chat to vote. You have to be in the chat to vote. The biggest bully, supporting role, non-creator, right? Not a creator on TikTok or YouTube. You could have appeared on those shows, but you can't.
Yes.
Have your own show. Auntie Bully Melissa, SF, the PI. don't forget, it's not just about bullying. It's not just bullying Sebastian. It's bullying women. It's bullying creators. It's bullying PIs who call you like Heather, women. It's bullying Tony, Seth, saying you're going to go to a vigil. Clips to show you, give you an example of who these fools are. Just give me a second. It shouldn't be long. Power off to give you an example of.
I know. Look at her.
Let's see, where can I find? If you guys know where I can find the videos, some of these videos, real quick, I can pull them up real quick. Bully Melissa, like who showed it and where I can
Wait till
find
you
it.
see the video
Please
with
put
her
it in my
husband. Oh my God, it's
chat.
fucking hilarious.
And I can play it real quick.
She has people mass reporting SF investigates. This weirdo. Trying to get his license pulled or something. I'm not quite sure what she's trying to do. What is she wearing though? Look at these clothes and shit. She is something else. Almost, I've only caught like a couple minutes of her here and there, but she's always got shit on and doing stuff.
Thank you. You think I'm a better researcher than what?
Certainly better than SF.
I don't know, Poppy Love, about the RV. I don't know. I don't think so.
Look at how she's put all that
Maybe
shit up
not.
in the back.
What you mean, Alley Cat? Better than what?
I am surprised, Tony, that he does get involved with it, but I do think that he does a lot of good
It's cute
stuff.
what they allow it to happen in hospice care nowadays. It's kind of like a mixture of hospice and Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Like, what is she doing?
Just checking her MySpace account real quick. Trying to get this information.
MySpace account. Okay, now I know that there is a clip of that. Somebody has a clip. Wait till you see this topic. You swear to God. The way her husband is like, I know. I know. Do you know who has a clip of that? Do you know? She has a clip of it. I know. I listened to that nut job on Jay's panel today. You mean from her live today? Is that what you mean? She was on there all fucking day. Okay. This is so fucking hilarious. Yeah, I see it right now. Right. No, I know. Well, this is so beyond true crime that, I mean, we cannot even pretend that it's. Okay, hold on 1 second. No, she's totally full of it. Top it. Wait till you see this husband. It is the funniest shit you will ever. I don't know. I can't. This seriously cracked me up. This girl's a nap job.
Point. I'm not even reading that stupid filing. That's how fucking dumb it is. I can't even bring myself to go live and read the fucker. But here's
laugh at it.
Yeah, me too. I saw enough to know it's just another load of bullshit. But here's Julie and her hubby.
Sorry.
And this is blank screen, by the way.
Who did she say? Blank screen? Is that who she said?
I'll just give it a minute. Do you want me to bring food in here? What? Do you want me to bring food in here? We're live.
No.
Okay.
I'm not staying on this. Okay.
Here he says, I'm not staying on this. It gets way too good.
Just give me whatever you need and I'll do it and then I'm done. Come on. What the fuck? What are you doing? What? Tell me before you put me on the fucking camera.
I'm on the camera.
What are you telling me now in front of everybody?
Look at you can see him in the mirror. Look. Oh my God.
What do you need to tell me?
I'm telling you now.
Well, why live?
Because I wanted to tell you what happened and I wanted to tell you about this lawsuit that they put me in, that I'm not in.
That I'm not in.
You in it now, bitch.
Need to do this.
See, he whispers.
Front of strangers.
Yeah. My husband would be so mad.
I'm just already embarrassed.
Okay. Stop the embarrassment.
Who's calling her?
What are you fucking doing to me?
I asked you to talk to you about it.
Yeah. Me and you. Yeah.
No, I said I want to go
No,
live.
you didn't say that. You did not say that.
No, I'm really hurt.
Jeff, you're
Well,
hurt.
can I at least tell you about the lawsuit?
Could you tell me, and then we'll get back on and we can discuss it with your friends?
I'm telling you now. On the line.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me why.
I know you so many people he reminds me of. No, he does. He acts like mostly he wants her to do whatever the fuck she wants. Oh, I cannot. So funny.
Right. This thing that happened, there's these on YouTube, there's some RICO case where this at night agency, which is like part of Dog Bounty Hunter and something like that, and the father whose son is missing and his advisor and I think like 4 other people who are suing like a whole bunch of like these channels that are kind of like hate channels, right? And
they're hate channels. Wow. I know.
They had some emergency injunction, or I don't know what today, but not only did they do it with the case that was already going on, they named like a whole bunch of other people in this lawsuit. This is happening in Philadelphia. And I went on my friends, the E's, who had the autistic son, who were really nice.
They're not
They
nice.
were reading out the lawsuit that's going on, like this new emergency injunction and all these new people served. And as they're reading it,
there weren't new people served. I know the way he's looking at his phone. He's like, why the fuck are you doing this to me?
get pretty early on to this Exhibit 14, right? And they mention it. I recorded this part here. You can hear it. It's a few minutes long. That's it. They say, they're talking about a woman. She has a screen name, okay? And she's saying stuff. And it was her. The screen names are like Greenies watching Cluminani, something, right? Who are discussing.
It's like, why is she telling him all that, right? I know. Wait till you hear Top Hat says shit he pulls out. Oh my God, it is freaking funny. I cannot.
Discussing, I don't know what they're discussing. And then they say about my kids, our kids. They say, this is it, listen. I'm not in this lawsuit, and I don't know why they're talking about our kids. Here we go. That's not it. Hold on.
Look at Al.
And I don't know how I get myself out of this lawsuit, because they're the plaintiffs, but they're using our kids as in an exhibit.
What's that noise?
Anyway, it's here. I don't know what this is. Oh, I guess I had my headphone on. Basically,
oh my God,
they're citing in this lawsuit that they're talking about the people on this channel that's being sued are talking about like they have a coordinated effort to like harass and intimidate YouTube creators who are talking about Sebastian.
Sure.
And I'm not in.
Yeah. Why she has to talk about all that? I don't understand. Oh my God. his whole demeanor is freaking hilarious. I know.
In this lawsuit, there's like 6 or 7 people who are part of the lawsuit. And then there's like 20 people who are being sued. And they have an exhibit number 14. And in exhibit number 14,
like he needs that.
And Mr. and Mrs. E, the one with the autistic son, Michael Spencer, say, this must be Julie Skolnick. And I said, they said, here it is. It says in the thing, these people had they were discussing it, and and it says they're discussing parties involved in a lawsuit. Okay.
His sighing cracks me up.
And basically,
he gets super fucking annoyed. Let me tell you. Wait till you hear him come out with this Justin shit. Oh my God, I could piss. But wow. Yeah, I think he encourages what she does. So whatever makes her happy. He doesn't like this. What's going on right now is what he doesn't want. She's dressing up and making up background scenes and all this shit, I think. No, the one you know. Just funny the way he does it is so funny. Yes.
she says, you know, this is the thing they put in the lawsuit, but I don't want to be in a lawsuit. I don't want our kids in a lawsuit. It says, she said she raised 2 autistic kids. She said she raised 2 autistic kids. Sure. But then exploited them and her role shamelessly. Okay. What are you even saying? She acts like she's exceptional. Should we respect her for this? Exhibit 14, page 70. And they're named the defendant. She's talking to journalists.
So dumb.
She should be focused on her stepkids instead of.
She's talking about this lawsuit. You know, this stupid lawsuit that these. Oh my God, it's a whole thing. It's all dumb. Seth Rogers and those people, they all have this lawsuit against yeah. It is so dumb. Yeah. Yep, she's involved in it. So they filed some new paperwork and they threw this in. And she realizes they're talking about her. I don't know what this, I don't think this means she's in it. I don't really know what it means. To me, the whole funny thing is just the way this husband is like, I can just picture this being there. He's like, he doesn't want to be part of any of this.
What is this in a lawsuit?
I don't know. That's why I don't know. She should be talking about her stepkids instead of attacking this family, meaning the Proudfoots who, and contacting reporters. They don't name me by name. And so Mr. and Mrs. E say, this is Julie Skolnick. Mm-hmm. So somebody was what I'm saying. Someone put me and our kids in a lawsuit that I'm not a part of.
I don't think you really have anything to worry about.
With that? But yeah, they're
grounds for what?
No.
What kind of legal grounds are they suing you for? What?
They're not suing me.
I know, but what?
They're using my story and somebody insulting us or me, somebody insulting me about the kids.
Yeah. As what?
In a lawsuit that I'm not part of. So basically, the people who did something wrong, in my opinion, are the people who are suing, using me, but not naming me, but naming this person talking about me as evidence of why they should win a lawsuit about people talking about them. Okay, so let's say, for example, okay, It's not, I'm worried about.
He's like, I don't need
They're
any fucking
using
examples.
me and my story.
What are you going to do about it?
I know. Oh my god. Oh shit. Look at him. What the fuck do I got? I don't think you have anything to worry about. I'm not sure. Maybe that's it. Maybe she really is worried. I don't know. The whole thing for me is just the husband part of it. Why the fuck do I have to do this? Oh my god. It gets funnier, in my opinion.
I don't know. I don't know how to get out of
I
it.
don't know. Get a lawyer. I don't know.
I've got to figure out
Am
how
I
to
a
get out of it.
lawyer? Get a lawyer. Let them see what this is all about, and let them decide.
And get
If
us
you
out of
need
it.
to, if you need to defend yourself.
I don't need to defend myself. I need to be out of it. They can't cite me as an example of why they deserve something.
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Right. Or get you out of it. Right.
It's like, let's say someone was suing someone, you sold me a lemon car, right? And then instead of saying it was their car, they're talking about a case with you and your car. And it's like not even describing their car. It's describing you and your car, but they don't name you and they put you in their lawsuit. And it's clearly you.
Listen to all that fucking lemon. I don't know what the fuck all that. That was a lot. But he's telling her, get an attorney. You know what surprised me that he didn't say, maybe you need to shut the fuck up. Quit getting on all these get-ups and carrying on and getting in people's business. It is I know. Rambling on about buying a lemon car. I was like, what?
You and your car, not them, but they want to win based on that.
I don't know why you're asking me these legal questions.
I'm not asking you about the questions. I'm telling you about what's happening.
All right. It's okay.
It
sounds unfair.
Totally. I had a rough day. And then I'm on the live today, okay? And I'm talking about, remember I showed you that thing about that officer.
No, you
who I said
can't
isn't
follow
taking
her.
tips and everything. Remember that whole thing I said?
Yeah.
And while I'm talking about that, I'm on my live talking about it and saying, I called him a saboteur because he's not answering any of the tips and everything.
Yes.
And there's a man who is, working with the father who has some issue with me. And I say, I don't like the way he's handling things. And the next thing I know is 2 creators larger than me, this man, I've told you about him before, and this other woman who aren't supposed to be hater channels. This would be on the side of Sebastian. Come into the chat, not alone. You could see like the numbers go up immediately. There were like a posse of people with them. The one woman.
He does not care.
Her name is Smiley. She wrote in the chat something about hurting me. And one of my mods saw it, like kick my ass or something like that. So she got blocked because of that. And then she made a live talking about me, really mad. And then this man who is, fighting for Sebastian all this time, a creator, I told you about him before. All of a sudden, and he's friends with this guy who is, the advisor of the father of the missing child.
God, that look on his face is freaking hilarious. I can't.
Comes in my chat. The first 2 things he says to me in the chat, right? I didn't go to his chat. I've never, he came into my life and said 2 things provocative. The first thing he said is, there is no list about something, a list. Then the second thing he said is, this isn't some big conspiracy, right? And like I said, came in with a bunch of people who are saying, being not particularly kind. And I was already in the middle of talking about that thing about the guy, and I'm going to talk to the DA about it, right? So I answer him, and I say, do you think it's right, that this guy goes in and doesn't talk with a lawyer, blah, 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 right? And
she's already going to turn into the DA. What the fuck? Who does she think she is? He does.
all this stuff. And I said, would that be what you advise? And defending myself from him and another large creator coming in my chat saying provocative things to me, including saying they want to kick my ass. The woman, then my mom, Ginger. And then I defend myself. I think I behaved really reasonably, asking questions about, you know.
You never behave reasonably, quite frankly, that I've ever seen. I've only watched her a few times, but I could never watch more than a minute or so. This husband is hilarious.
Why I should trust this guy, you know, this officer, if he's not answering this, and why shouldn't I report it to the DA? And right after that, the woman goes live saying
He ain't even listening.
really mean things about me. And this guy who says he's not a drama channel and he doesn't get into drama goes on the live.
Oh my God.
And for more than an hour at least, as reported to me, although I didn't watch it, people started sending me screenshots of what he said. And he's talking about me and he's saying things. He's allowing people in his chat to say even more horrible things about me. And then these people are writing about, you know, like saying real things. And he's not a drama channel. And I don't even know what to do. I feel alone.
Okay.
And I came to you because
I wish I could help you. I don't know how to help you. And I don't know. What can we do? I don't know. I don't know how to help you. What can we do from here? I don't know.
What can we do?
I don't know either, but I'm being attacked, and it's literally an organized thing now to attack me. Like two larger creators on people who are supposed to be fighting for Sebastian. Attacking me.
Look at him. Look at what he's did. Look at him. He's got a finger up. Look at him. Oh, I cannot. Oh, shit. Oh, oh God.
Fuck them. Fuck them and just keep on doing.
They're encouraging people to write hateful things. And
well, there's nothing you can do about that.
Should I stop reporting on this?
No, not at all. No. Keep reporting and shove it up their ass.
Oh my God. Fuck them.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't have any better advice. I don't know how to deal with the situation. I have no idea what you're involved in, really.
I have no idea what you're involved in, really. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh, my stomach.
You got yourself too deep, and it's not good. It's not good.
Nope,
It's not healthy. It's not. You're not. You know,
Not
just
healthy.
keep doing what you're doing to try to get justice for Sebastian, and that's it. And fuck everybody else, and stop listening to all the hate. That's all you can do.
I mean, like,
oh God,
fuck lawsuits. You're not going to get sued.
no, I'm not. I'm worried that somebody's using my story and our kids in substance lawsuits. But that's a different issue.
Whatever.
But that's a different issue. The issue about I'm being attacked from people who are supposedly on the same side as, you know, finding Sebastian.
Yeah.
Because this guy who's the handler of the father hates my guts.
Right.
And as organizing an attack. And now this other guy who says he's not a hate channel literally did the whole over an hour talking about me and allowing people to write the kind of hateful comments that the hate channels write about other people that you would see in a hate channel's comments.
I love this hate channel thing that she carries on. It's so stupid. Wow.
but it's about me from people supposedly on the side of Sebastian.
Right.
And like, you know, when they, it's like, you know, when they lead people down a way talking about them, even though he came into my life, I didn't come into his life. I wasn't bothering anybody. I wasn't, you know, attacking him.
He attacked you. Yeah.
After the fact, he goes live, talks about me. I didn't even mention his name or the other woman's name.
Disregard.
Okay.
Disregard.
Telling people
and move on. And move on in your own, with your own mission.
Your own mission.
Sorry, Mimi, that this is causing you such pain. You should not have to deal with it. But there's haters all over. Even Donald Trump has haters.
What I'm saying is, you know, do you know what I'm talking about with this guy I was telling you about? He's a monkey, remember? Yeah.
Even Donald Trump has haters. Look at, he's actually trying. I think he's being quite patient. I can't, but can you imagine dealing with her? The reason he's telling her to carry on with what she's doing is because she entertains herself with this stuff she does. And it sounds like he doesn't normally have to listen to it all. No, he's very annoyed by this. But it keeps her out of his hair as a rule. Okay, just one more second, Top Hat. You're going to hear it. It's going to be so funny. Just one more second.
Yeah. He was being nice to me at some point.
Okay.
He was using you.
Remember. The gay guy. Oh.
Did you hear it right there? Okay, listen right now. Listen.
He was being nice to me at some point.
Okay.
He was using you.
Remember. The gay guy. Oh.
Right there it was. He thinks because he whispers. Oh my God. Oh shit, that's funny. Oh my God. That is so funny. Okay, Top Hats. I'm sorry. I feel like on this one though, what we're not gonna see, she ends up, it appears that she has her computer on like some kind of rolling desk. She ends up rolling through the whole house, leaving with that desk and computer. Oh my God. I don't know if it's on this one though. Oh, this is funny as shit to me. Sorry, Top Hats. I just thought that the way he whispers it is so funny to me. Sorry. I hope you get some good sleep, Top Hats.
Okay. Now he's mean.
And this other woman. And I think he was mind picking and attacked me, and then they go on their thing.
That's the problem.
But it's not.
That's the problem with this whole medium is you don't know who you're dealing with. You know, they could say nice things and then they could turn on you. You know, just to suck you in. They say nice things to you and then they suck you in. And then they turn on you. You don't.
Thank you for everything. Thanks. Have a good night. Good day tomorrow. Oh my God, this is funny to me.
You know who you're dealing with? You're dealing with the Ethernet. You know,
I understand that, but like it's not just like a random people.
I know
it's a creator. You know, it's a person who has thousands of followers.
They have different motives than you. You know, and then they want to use you.
Exactly.
So, yeah, what should
I have done? When they came in my chat and said something, should I not defend myself? Should I not talk about
you should definitely defend yourself. Always defend yourself. But you just never know, who's somebody who wants to be your friend, I would be very leery.
It's not even about being friends. I wasn't like friends.
Whatever. I'm just being friendly, on your side, promoting you, whatever.
They didn't do any of that. They didn't promote me. They weren't on my side.
I don't know. Well, why would you trust
them?
But
they weren't. I didn't trust them. They were just. I didn't talk about him. I didn't mention him. I wasn't speaking of him or the other woman. They came in the chat to attack me because I was criticizing this law enforcement officer and saying I'm going to the DA about it.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, they came in my chat.
Well, they have an agenda, clearly, and you have your own agenda, and you just follow that. Justice for Sebastian. That's what you need to focus on and stick with it. Fuck everything else.
That's not what she's actually up to, though.
Forget everything.
She doesn't care about the truth.
I don't know. I do have to write a letter or something to get myself out of luck because I'm not suing these hate channel creators. I'm not part of this lawsuit, and people can't use my life to.
So fucking stupid to keep saying hate channel. So dumb. You know what? Just because you don't like what someone's doing doesn't make it hate. It's not the way that fucking works. So stupid.
Put in their lawsuit. And then it's going to make more people mad at me.
What?
But
They can.
You can't say these autistic stepchildren.
Don't even think about it. You don't have to respond to anything.
What?
Until somebody approaches you with some kind of, attack or illegal notice. Or
attack? I've been attacked. I've been nothing but attacked. It's an illegal document in a court of law in Pennsylvania.
Okay, well, but then approach you and try to serve.
They're not serving me. They're using my story and making it like it's theirs. All right.
Oh,
thanks for your
God. Every fucking word. I'm trying to help you. I'm an asshole.
Oh my God, that was funny. Holy shit. That had me cracking the fuck up. She drags out through the house. Oh, Lord. You had to bring it up, Tony, didn't you? I thought that shit was hysterical. She's so fucking weird. That woman is weird, weird, weird. I really can't with her. Oh my God. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, Tony. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was the funniest fucking shit in the whole world. She's a weirdo. Yeah, it is funny. Oh my God. It's too funny to me for him to be whispering like nobody's going to hear it. Oh, Lord. Hilarious, hilarious, hilarious. Okay, I got to get off here. I can't believe you brought that up, Tony. Too funny. But yeah, no, he did, because he said, why couldn't we talk about this and then you can go on and do your thing? He says something like that, but I don't know. Whenever she turned it, I don't know if he thought she wasn't, because then you could see him through the mirror. I don't really know. It sounds to me like whatever just keeps her busy works for him. I don't know. I can't imagine living with somebody like that. No, he is. But I just think that it helps his life for her to be occupied. Because look how she does when she... I mean, the couple of times I've watched her, seriously, she's had like a getup on and she creates like a scene and does, I don't know, weird shit. Yeah, go. The thing is, though, I don't know if he understands exactly what she's doing. She's telling him things, which honestly, even what she's telling him sounds pretty fucked up, if you ask me. I mean, to carry on about hate channels and stupid shit like that, I don't know. He has to know it's down. And she said she was told him she's turning something into the DA. Right? Is that what she said? No, who did she say? I can't remember, but like she has any business doing all that. Oh shit, she makes me laugh though. I could not have somebody like that in my life. I could not. Not at all. Yeah, I'm going to. All right, good night. Thank you guys. Love you. Oh shit. I don't know why that came on. All right, good night. Love you. Bye.